R.K. Ryan Road School, may I help you?
That's my clock because my clock didn't work. I think it was maybe the first day I was here. And I hadn't really figured out this problem solving. I was sort of saying, what do principals do anyway? And then somebody came in and said, this is really a problem. I'm the speech teacher, and the kids are always arriving late. And I said, well, why is that happening? And she said, well, look at my clock. It's not on the right time. And so how am I supposed to stay on time? And I thought to myself, oh, I can help with that. And then in trying to help with that, I realized how many clocks there are and how hard it is to synchronize clocks. It's just about impossible. And I had a clock in this room that was always wrong. You could set it every day, and it was wrong by the end of the day. So I took it down and started using that one. That's actually a nice little VINS clock from the school volunteer program. And it keeps perfect time. And in schools, people have to be on time all the time. Timing for recess and lunch, it's probably the most complicated time of the day because you have children being handed off from their classroom teacher to the people who are going to supervise them outside. And then those people handing them back into the people who are going to supervise them in the lunchroom. And it all has to run like clockwork. It has to be on time, or the kitchen is waiting with hot food, and there are no kids, and then they get backed up. It has to be to the minute, literally to the minute. But there are no clocks outside. The clocks inside are not synchronized no matter how hard we try. Even the clock in the kitchen is not the same as the clock in the cafeteria. It's one of those things, I think these are sort of the institutional problems that you can let yourself get totally frustrated by, or you can just say, let's do the best we can, and then realize that we have these little buttons that we're wearing this year that say assume the best. So we just agreed with each other that when something happens, like children are late to PE, that we'll assume that isn't because the teacher was disrespectful of the PE teacher, but rather that it maybe was a clock situation or something. Yeah. So, and this goes for, adult to adult and children as well, to try to assume that the children are trying to do the best they can. And that what I found is that when you're talking to children, if you can say to them something like, help me understand what happened here, or help me understand, it looks like your whole class is lining up and you're not lining up yet, so help me understand what's happening. And they almost always have a really good reason for what they're doing. And it feels so much more friendly and manageable to the child if you say, help me understand, rather than, you're supposed to be in that line. What's the matter with you? They don't need to hear what's the matter with you ever, in my opinion,